Hi everybody, Claudia from the Wee Garden Homestead here. I'm going to be in the sewing room today, but I am not making a quilt, although it does have to do with a bed. So, Leeloo, can you sit? Can you sit? Okay, this is Leeloo. She is the newest addition to the homestead. And for anybody that doesn't know the story, she was a trick or treat. Just a couple days. Will you sit so people can see you? Will you sit? Will you sit? So, hi, Maze. So, she came running up the driveway one day, just before Halloween, just a couple days before Halloween, and said, "Hi, you're my new mama." Now, we posted, she was very thin. We think she'd been dumped. We posted on Facebook. We took her to the vet and got her checked for a chip. Come here, baby. We called animal control and let them know we had her. Nobody was looking for her. Nobody showed up for her. So we kept her. She's a sweetheart. We love her. She's much better, in much better shape now. She was probably about a year old when we got her. Like I said, she was pretty thin. The problem with Leeloo is, the trick part is that she chews everything. Everything. So we had to kennel her. We kennel her at night, and we kennel her when we're not home, because she chews everything. This is a problem. We always said we were never going to kennel dogs, that we wanted to make sure somebody was home with them so we wouldn't have to kennel them. And we do have to kennel her. So we got her the biggest kennel we could. Hi, baby. You're a good girl. We got her the biggest kennel we could find. So I have some notes. It is a 30 by 48 kennel. It's huge. We got her a nice dog bed to put in that kennel, a nice big dog bed. I think it was like $60-something at Tractor Supply. And guess what? She chewed it up. There was, I have to say, it was pretty cheaply made. There was this black polyfill everywhere. I cleaned it up, and she found another spot that had black polyfill that she ripped open. Anyway, it's gone, and right now she's sleeping with just a couple of old blankets, and it's not enough. I feel terrible. So I went online and I did some research, and I found some Ripstop. So I got this beautiful bright blue, yeah, look at that, Ripstop, from Fabric Wholesale Direct. It was very inexpensive. It was like $5 a yard, and I got a matching 30-inch zipper, so this can go on the end. I know, it's so exciting. It's so exciting. I got 2 yards, so it should go all the way around. What else we got, which is in this box here, which is a 4-inch foam pad. It's 30 inches by 40. I got this on Amazon. I'll put a link up for it. I'll put a link up for the Fabric Wholesale Direct too, because this was the best price I found on Ripstop. She's so excited. She's thinking, oh, something new for me to chew. She does like to steal fabric and chew it. So I got 2 yards of fabric, a 30-inch zipper, and with the shipping, that was $22. The foam was around 40. I didn't write it down, but it was around 40. So for the same cost that I got that cheap dog bed at Tractor Supply for her kennel, I got the things to make, hopefully, one that she can't chew as easily. That's why we got the Ripstop. Cross your fingers. So that's what we're working on today. We're going to get going on that. You want to come say goodbye? You want to come say goodbye? Oh, Maisie wants to say hello. Hi, girls. Hi. So there we go. That's what we're working on. Oh, Ari, hi. You're going to come say hi too? You're going to come say hi too? Hi, baby. Okay, you got to see all 3 of them. Hopefully it pops open pretty well. It's wrapped pretty tight. Whoop, there it goes. All right. So I think once we put it in there, if we put it like this, it'll flatten out pretty well. But that should be nice and comfy for her. Oh my goodness, I'm so excited about this. This is better than the one we bought. see how long this is. Okay. Actually, that should be just long enough. That'll be just long enough like that. So if this part goes up this far, and the other side goes up past that. So this is folded here, and it goes that way. I'm going to cut this here. I'm going to put the zipper in the other end. I'm going to turn it inside out. I'm going to cut seam here and over there, and we'll be done. This should be quick and easy. Okay, so where I just cut it, it's definitely fraying quite a bit. So I think when I make this, I'm going to do French seams so that it doesn't keep fraying inside and make a big mess if we have to take it apart. Okay, so I watched a couple of YouTube videos, and the way that looked the easiest to me, I watched several different ways, was for me to make a seam where the zipper is going to go. I'm going to leave about I don't know, probably close to an inch. Make a seam, lay it open, lay the zipper on top, sew either side, and then rip the seam. That's the method I'm using. Wish me luck. After much deliberation, I think I figured out the right from the wrong side. And I'm going to sew this. So I have matching thread. Yes, I did have matching thread. I didn't have to buy matching thread. Otherwise, if I didn't have matching thread, I would have just used something else. And I'm just going to stitch this about an inch. Yeah, that's what I'm going to go with. Let's see. Okay, so once again, I missed that go button, and I've got the zipper in. So basically what I did was I made a seam here, and then I opened it up on the inside. I laid the zipper down with the right side facing down, and I sewed with my zipper foot on either side here. Now I'm just ripping this seam out. Aha! Whew. Okay, so there's a big gaping hole there now, but we're gonna go back and top stitch that a little bit and fix it. Oh my goodness. Let me go back and stitch that part there. When I got to the end here, I had trouble getting that zipper pulled down. So I didn't make it all the way to the end with this. We're going to make it to the end now. Okay. All right, I'm going to zip this up. Well, obviously I did something wrong here. Obviously. I'm going to stitch across there so it's got a little more strength. I guess I probably should have done that before I pulled the zipper, but and I don't like when I don't know what I'm doing. So let's just give this a stitch across here. Go back. Across again. Give it a little more stability. There's still a little hole there, but not terrible. I'm going to do that on the other end. Whoop. Forgot that bottom thread again, didn't I? Okay, so now I'm going to turn this inside out French seams. I'm going to turn this right side out. I'm going to stitch up both sides. I'm going to turn it again and stitch it again. So first I'm going to stitch this. I'm going to stitch this. These edges don't quite line up. I'm going to stitch this close to 1/4 of an inch, maybe just a hair more, but okay. Then the other edge is serged, so I'm not as concerned about that. As not serged, it's the selvage. So I'm not concerned about that fraying. I am going to turn this edge right side out, or inside out, I guess it is now. I'll pull this to the outside. Not real worried about that corner there because it's going to get boxed anyway. Pull this to the outside. And I'm going to sew it a little bit more than 1/4 of an inch. And that'll encapsulate that raw edge. Oh, I don't need to backtrack there because that's going to come off when I square the corners. Okay, so the other edge, because it's the selvage, I'm not going to bother with the French seam. Make sure this zipper's open a little bit so I'm going to be able to turn it when I need to. So now, to do these corners, I would normally cut these boxed and then sew them. But because I have so much, let me see if I can show you a little better. Let's make sure you can see what I'm doing here. Okay, I would normally, like when I'm making a bag, cut this here and here, and then if I pull it here, then I can just sew straight across. But because they're fraying so much, I don't want to do that. I don't want to cut it. So I'm just going to pull, hopefully you can see, I'm just going to pull it like this. I'm going to match up this fold with this seam, or if there's 2 seams, I'll match those up. I'm going to make it lie flat. And then I'm going to pin it. And I'm just going to sew across. I am going to measure, I'm going to go in 2 inches. It's 4 inch. It's a 4 inch. I need it to be 4 inches. So if I go in 2, it should come out about right. If I go 2 inches this way, it should come out 4 across there, which is what I need to fit the foam pad. Looking for a marker. I just had one the other day. Oh, the Sharpie will work. So I need this to lay flat. Put another pin in to hold the other, to hold that too. I'm going to go 2 inches from the corner and mark straight across, and I'm going to do these all the same way. And I am going to back tack on this part. All right, on to the next one. I'm going to do one of the zipper ones so you can see that. Okay, just realized you couldn't actually see the sewing machine when I was sewing just a minute ago, so I'm going to do one more on camera. Let's see, 2 inches. All right, this one's marked. Okay, so after many technical difficulties, like my phone overheating and me not pushing the button, this is sewn. We're going to turn it right side out. Let me unzip it the rest of the way. Oh. That's how those boxed corners came out. Should be just perfect. Oh, see all these frayed pieces. I'm going to have to trim all those off. Or Leeloo she'll be going to town on them. I might trim them off and then make that seam a little. She does not need that temptation. I'm a little disappointed in that. I'm going to trim them all off and see what I can do with that. Let's see if that mattress fits in here. And then I'll trim those. I might need another pair of hands on this. Oh, this is going to definitely be a 2-person job to get this through this zipper. All right, I'm gonna shut the camera off and go get Salty to help me. Okay, this is it's done. It's together. It's a little bit loose, which is fine. I had to get Salty. We had to fold it in half this way to get it in through the zipper because the zipper is 30 inches, and this is 30 inches, but it's 30 inches plus 4. So it was a little bit bigger than the length of the zipper. Like the zipper goes from end to end, but then we needed that extra 4 inches on either side. So it's all on. It's zipped up. I trimmed off most of those pieces that were hanging. I'm going to go get it in her kennel and I'll post some pictures of it. Thanks so much for joining me. Don't forget to like, subscribe, leave a comment. Help me out with that algorithm, please, folks. We'll see you on the next one.